Pornography is material, often videos or images, designed to cause sexual arousal. It's important to understand that this material is created for profit. At its core, it's a business, an industry that sells fantasies. These fantasies aren't real life, they're performances, carefully constructed to look a certain way. The people in pornography are actors, following scripts and directions. What you see isn't spontaneous or genuine intimacy. It's a product manufactured for consumption, much like any other entertainment product, but with potentially more complex consequences for those who view it regularly and for society at large. The unreality of pornography is a crucial point. It presents a very narrow and often distorted view of sex and relationships. The bodies shown are often selected for specific, sometimes unattainable ideals. The acts depicted may not reflect healthy, consensual, or mutually pleasurable experiences. This manufactured reality can create a significant disconnect between the fantasy world of pornography and the complexities of real-world intimacy. Viewers, especially young or inexperienced ones, might mistakenly believe that what they see is normal or expected, leading to confusion and unrealistic expectations about their own sexual lives and partners, which can be damaging. In today's world, pornography is incredibly easy to access. The internet has made it available to almost anyone with a device and an internet connection. This widespread availability means that people, including children and teenagers, can stumble upon it accidentally or seek it out with minimal effort. This ease of access is a relatively new phenomenon in human history, and its long-term effects are still being studied. However, the constant bombardment of sexualized imagery contributes to a culture where sex is often commodified and disconnected from emotion or genuine connection, making it a pervasive influence. Often, the initial encounter with pornography stems from curiosity. People might want to learn about sex or explore their own sexuality. Sometimes, it's peer pressure or simply the ease of access that leads someone to watch. This initial curiosity is understandable. However, the nature of pornography, designed to be stimulating and novel, can draw people in further. What starts as a curious glance can sometimes develop into a more regular habit. Understanding this progression is key to recognizing potential problems before they become more serious and entrenched in an individual's behavior patterns. People watch pornography for a variety of reasons. For some, it's a way to explore sexual fantasies in private. Others might use it as a stress reliever or as a way to cope with boredom or loneliness. In some instances, individuals may feel it helps them to understand their own sexual responses or desires, particularly if they lack other sources of sex education or open communication about sexuality. The promise of instant gratification and intense stimulation is a powerful draw. The content is designed to be highly arousing, tapping into basic human drives in a very direct and often overwhelming manner. However, this seemingly harmless exploration can quickly lead to unrealistic expectations. Pornography often portrays scenarios, body types, and sexual acts that are far removed from average experiences. This can make real-life sexual encounters seem disappointing or inadequate. Individuals might start to compare their partners or their own bodies to the edited and often surgically enhanced performers they see on screen. This comparison can erode self-esteem and create dissatisfaction in real relationships. The scripted nature of pornographic encounters also fails to represent the communication, consent, and emotional connection vital for healthy sexual experiences. Another early impact can be desensitization. When someone is repeatedly exposed to explicit material, their brain can adapt. What was once shocking or highly stimulating might become less so over time. This can lead to a search for more extreme or novel content to achieve the same level of arousal. This chase for novelty is a hallmark of how pornography can change viewing habits, pushing individuals towards material that might be more degrading or violent. This escalation is a concerning aspect, as it can normalize harmful behaviors and attitudes towards sex and other people. The initial effects on self-perception can also be quite subtle. Someone might start to feel insecure about their own sexual performance or attractiveness. They might internalize the idea that the bodies and acts seen in pornography are the ideal, leading to feelings of inadequacy if their own experiences or bodies do not match up. This can be particularly damaging for young people who are still developing their sense of self and their understanding of sexuality. The constant exposure to idealized and often fake images can create a distorted body image and undue pressure to conform to unrealistic standards set by the pornography industry. Pornography consumption can have significant effects on the brain. When a person watches pornography, the brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This creates a powerful feedback loop. Over time, the brain may require more intense stimuli, more extreme pornography, to achieve the same dopamine rush. This is similar to how addiction pathways are formed with substances. The brain's reward system can become hijacked, prioritizing the artificial stimulation of pornography over natural rewards, like genuine connection or achievement. This can make it harder to find pleasure in everyday life and real relationships. Emotionally, the impact can be profound. Many regular users report feelings of shame, guilt, and anxiety. The secrecy often associated with pornography consumption can lead to isolation. Some individuals may experience a decrease in empathy, particularly if the content they consume is degrading or violent. They might become emotionally numb or find it difficult to connect with the emotions of others. Depression is also a common issue linked with heavy pornography use. The fantasy world it offers can be a temporary escape from negative feelings, but in the long run, it often exacerbates them, creating a cycle of use and emotional distress. Relationships often suffer greatly due to pornography. It can lead to reduced sexual satisfaction with a real-life partner because real intimacy cannot compete with the curated, novelty-driven fantasies of pornography. Partners may feel objectified or inadequate. Trust can be eroded, especially if the use of pornography is hidden or involves content that violates relationship agreements. Communication about sex can become difficult, as one partner's expectations may be shaped by unrealistic portrayals. The focus can shift from mutual pleasure and connection to a more performance-oriented or self-centered view of sex, damaging the emotional core of the relationship. Furthermore, pornography can lead to social isolation. Individuals who spend excessive time consuming pornography may withdraw from social activities and neglect responsibilities. They might find it harder to form or maintain real-life connections because their primary source of sexual and sometimes emotional stimulation becomes digital. This can create a lonely existence, where the illusion of connection offered by pornography replaces the genuine human interaction necessary for well-being. The skills needed for navigating real relationships, such as empathy, communication, and compromise, may not develop properly or can atrophy from disuse, further entrenching the isolation. Pornography can indeed be addictive for some individuals. Signs of addiction include a preoccupation with pornography, spending increasing amounts of time watching it, and finding it difficult to control or stop, even when it causes problems. Other indicators are neglecting work, studies, or relationships due to pornography use, experiencing withdrawal symptoms like irritability when unable to access it, and continuing to use it despite negative consequences, such as feelings of guilt or relationship conflicts. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards addressing the issue and understanding the hold it may have. To avoid the dangers of pornography, proactive steps are essential. This can involve setting clear boundaries for internet use and consciously choosing how to spend one's time. For parents, it means having open conversations with children about the nature of pornography and online safety. Using internet filters and accountability software can be helpful tools. It is also beneficial to cultivate offline hobbies and interests that provide a sense of fulfillment and connection. Engaging in physical activity, creative pursuits, or spending time in nature can offer healthy alternatives for managing stress and boredom, reducing the perceived need for pornography as an escape. If you or someone you know is struggling with pornography use, help is available. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or mentor can be a good starting point. These individuals can offer support and understanding. For more structured help, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor, particularly one experienced in dealing with compulsive behaviors or addiction. There are also many support groups, both online and in person, where individuals can share their experiences and learn coping strategies from others facing similar challenges. Helplines and reputable websites dedicated to sexual health can also provide valuable resources and confidential advice. Ultimately, there is hope for making healthy choices and moving beyond the negative impacts of pornography. It involves acknowledging the issue, seeking support, and committing to change. Reclaiming one's life from the grip of pornography can lead to more authentic relationships, improved emotional well-being, and a healthier understanding of sexuality. By focusing on genuine human connection, self-care, and personal growth, individuals can foster a life that is fulfilling and free from the distortions of pornography. Making these healthy choices is a journey, but it is a journey towards a more positive and connected future.